This is the News at 10. Live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight, Melinda Akilami.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, ahead of the 66th Conference of ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State, a coalition of civil society groups ask political leaders in the region to consolidate democracy by enhancing the quality of elections. Chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, Bala Mohammed, expresses confidence in President Bola Tinubu's leadership, but urges him to remove excess baggage within his cabinet. Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pate, applauds subnational government for keying into the transformation of the nation's healthcare delivery system. And at least 3 people have been killed and scores was thrown into a crowd at a festival in Thailand. On sports news tonight, Fiorentina midfielder Eduardo Bove returns to the training ground after undergoing surgery to implant a heart starter device following his collapse during a Serie A match.
And on business news, economic think tank Financial Derivatives Company forecasts Nigeria's headline inflation to rise by 0.76% to 34.64% in November.
The 66th Conference of ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State, a coalition of civil society groups in the nation's capital Abuja, comprising the West Africa Democracy Solidarity Network and Transition Monitoring Group, TMG, are asking political leaders in the region to consolidate on democracy by strengthening reforms that enhance the quality of elections. The group has encouraged ECOWAS heads of state to take appropriate measures to support citizen participation in decision-making and the political processes. They made this known in view of recent threats to democracy in the West African region.
In a context marked by growing challenges to democratic governance, human rights, stability and integration in our region, we, civil society actors, wish to express our shared commitment to consolidate democratic values on which our community is based. To meet these challenges, ECOWAS must strengthen its role as a guarantor of stability and good governance. To this end, we call to the authority of heads of state and government on the eve of the 66th Conference of Heads of State, placing them before their historical responsibility and asking them, 1, to adopt the provision limiting the mandates of heads of state and government to consolidate further the principles of constitutional convergence and democracy in our community space. 2, to continue discussions and negotiations with sister countries of the AES, Alliance des États du Sahel, for the implementation of reforms likely to guarantee the maintenance of these countries within the community. 3, to undertake urgent and structural reforms to strengthen the prerogatives of the Commission and the Parliament.
The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Mr. Abdullahi Ganduje, says the party's target is to wrestle Rivers State from the grip of the PDP come 2027. Mr. Ganduje made this known in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, during the inauguration of the State Working Committee. Our correspondent Charles Oporum reports that he was accompanied by top party officials who expressed their support for the new ESCO.
Its destination, Port Harcourt, as top national officers of the All Progressives Congress, led by the national chairman, Abdullahi Ganduje, are here to inaugurate the newly elected State Working Committee. In his address, the party's National South-South Vice Chairman, Victor Giadom, says the party is gearing up to take over the state.
And therefore, it's important for everybody to join hands with the new SLP party so that we can achieve our ultimate aim of running this state and producing the next governor of River State to take over the government and government house so that we can take away the poor leadership of the PDP in River State.
This inauguration is going on despite question marks around the legality of the process. The National Legal Advisor administers the oath of office to the EXCO.
Do solemnly swear, affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the All Progressives Congress, APC.
In his address, the leader of the EXCO praises his team, saying they've done well.
At the trumpet to blow, I'm blowing on behalf of my colleagues, 7-member caretaker committee, who put our hands on our chest to say that we have done excellently well.
For the national chairman, however, the aim is to bring Rivers into the fold and increase APC states in the zone.
During Buhari administration, we are able to take one state, Cross River, was able to cross from PDP to ABC. And during President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we were able to win square Edo State. Out of 6, we have recovered 2. We are counted. And they said, the sign of Good Friday can start from Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
So, since we started the journey, River State is our target.
Though the party's NWC recognizes the Tony Okocha-led executive, there is a court judgment recognizing Emeka Beke as the party's chairman in the state, which is yet to be vacated, and it's still unclear how that will affect the party going into 2025. Charles Oporum, Channels Television News.
Staying in Rivers State, the Bauchi State Governor and Chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, Mr. Bala Mohammed, has asked President Bola Tinubu to remove what he described as excess baggage within his cabinet. According to Mr. Mohammed, while governors have confidence in the president's leadership, the action of certain cabinet members are undermining his efforts. He made the remark as a special guest during the commissioning of a road in Omoma local government area.
It's a joyous occasion in Omuma local government area as the River State government prepares to commission the 14.1-kilometer Umuakali-Eberi road. The event attracts top political figures, including the River State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, the special guest and Governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, along with key allies. Highlighting the significance of the project, the Omuma local government chairman, Promise Reginald, describes it as the most impactful development in the area in over a decade.
This road you are about to commission is important to Omuma people just the way Ikwere Road and Aba Road is important to Port Harcourt City. This is the only way we can go to other states. The one you commissioned to Ireche is the only road that leads to Omuma from River State. With that particular road, we are totally exempted from River State. Your Excellency, we have suffered in this River State. Your Excellency, as I speak to you, our people have lost faith in governance. But thank you for coming to tell us that we can still have that assurance that we're part of River State.
Despite years of alleged neglect, the people of the local government are steadfast in their support for successive administrations, and Governor Fubara acknowledges this unwavering commitment in his address, praising residents of the area for their show of love, particularly during the political crisis that recently rocked the state.
When the thoughts were being emasculated, we were working behind the scene. Because you have shown support, because you have come publicly to confirm that you are with us, because the chairman on his own have shown commitment that the little thing we've given to him, the little assignment that he has, that he's going to work on it diligently, that he's going to do the best for his people, I can assure you and promise here that I will give you all the necessary support.
Before commissioning the road, Governor Bala Mohammed commends Governor Fubara for prioritizing governance despite political challenges. He says he will no longer be worried about the performance of the Rivers State Governor following the inauguration of several projects.
I have cause not to be worried today by what I have seen. In the midst of all distractions, I have seen works being done. I was watching on television, and I'm seeing the impact mentioned by the Commissioner of Works on this road. And the drama, as a literary scientist, I have really understood the departure, the social impact, the change of mindset, the regrooming or restoration of the glory of Rivers State as the cradle of modern politics in Nigeria.
Shifting focus to national issues, Governor Mohammed, who chairs the PDP Governors Forum, calls on President Bola Tinubu to remove what he describes as excess baggage in his administration.
We believe in Mr. President. This is the time for governance, not politics. But Mr. President, you are taking excess baggage. There are those in your cabinet and around you that are creating bad press. They are making you to fail. And we don't want you to fail because we will be affected. In my religion and tradition, we are supposed to pray for leaders. Because when the leaders are good, the country and the communities will be good.
With the formalities concluded, the road is officially commissioned by Governor Bala Mohammed, marking a great achievement in the development of Umuma local government area. This road will not only enhance the movement of agricultural produce for the locals, but also serves as a faster and more efficient connection to Abia State through Owaza, boosting regional trade and accessibility.
Part 2 after the break. Experts advocate investment in social enterprise as catalyst for national development. That's in a moment. Join us again. Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 live on Channels Television. A reminder of our top stories. Ahead of the 66th conference of ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State, a coalition of civil society groups ask political leaders in the region to consolidate democracy by enhancing the quality of elections. Chairman of PDP Governors Forum, Bala Mohammed, expresses confidence in President Bola Tinubu's leadership, but urges him to remove excess baggage within his administration. Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pate, applauds subnational governments for keying into the transformation of the nation's healthcare system. And at least 3 people have been killed and scores more injured after an explosive device was thrown into a crowd at a festival in Thailand. To security matters now. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has been talking about various measures being taken by his administration in addressing the issue of insecurity in Anambra State. On our breakfast program, Sunrise, Professor Soludo said that the state government will soon launch a special operation to tackle criminality and restore peace in Anambra State.
The issue of insecurity has become now a buzzword in the entire country. Insecurity everywhere in the country, and depending on the degree and the types and so on, different states with different forms in terms of the character and the perversity of the insecurity. The Southeast faces a little bit something that you can say a mixture of ideology and criminality, barefaced criminality. First, there was the agitation movement, but then criminals have taken over much of that. They're now in the bush and involved in a lucrative criminal enterprise, kidnapping, as the case may be. But again, I have to also put a footnote that part of this is also a lot of hype. When you talk about sit at home, yes, to a large extent, I would say still half of the Southeast, you still find that. In my state, the battle is on. The capital city and the environs, there is no such thing. In some other cities, yes, maybe in the morning, some people still want to see how it goes from 12 o'clock, and then people are out there in the street. But we're very, very focused on tackling this. In fact, by Monday, Tuesday, we will be launching major all-out initiative that we're coming out full scale in terms of what we can do at the kinetic level in terms of matching this force, as it were. We'll be launching what we'll call Operation Udogachi, and that is that peace must prevail, as it were, Monday or Tuesday. But then, following this at a deeper level, because there is some ideology to this, following it with longer, medium to longer term non-kinetic approaches, mobilizing the people to realize that this is plain criminality.
Meanwhile, in Imo State, there's an ongoing clearance operation being carried out by the Joint Security Task Force, codenamed Operation Udoka, in several communities. During a visit to the troops by the security chiefs, the commander, 34 Artillery Brigade, Usman Lawal, says the operation in a notorious camp of suspected IPOB and ESM members is aimed at bringing peace to the area and ensuring that residents celebrate the Yuletide without any fear. Our correspondent, Eitokwe Kutei, has this report.
This is Eziama Obiata community in Imbitoli local government area of Imo State. This community borders Indiaba local government to the south and Oruis local government to the north. Criminal activities of bandits suspected to be members of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra and its armed affiliate Eastern Security Network have paralyzed economic activities in the community as many families have fled their homes and businesses and the markets shut down. After over 3 weeks of sustained clearance operation by the Joint Security Task Force in Imo State, codenamed Operation Udoka, security chiefs in the state are here to assess the situation.
First one was actually hidden here. One there. And that's the yes, one here, one there.
According to the Army Commander 34 Artillery Brigade Imo State, Usman Lawal, the community was before the operation taken over by bandits suspected to be members of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra and its armed affiliate Eastern Security Network for their terrorist activities.
Okay, this route straight. It leads you to...
This is as the State Commissioner of Police Danjuma Aboki is calling on residents of the community to return to their homes, assuring them that the JTF will be on ground to provide security cover.
The main man, that is B44, he has induced so many human beings in this community. This player being his stronghold. If he kidnaps outside, he keeps them here. And the community are afraid of it. Some of the community don't have where to go. And after this operation, I think they'll return back.
On its part, the Air Force commander in Imo State, David Bello, appeals to Imo indigenes to support security operatives with necessary information to fight these terrorists.
I want to say that the military cannot do it alone. The people have to come into the picture to give the military the necessary information that they need in order to flush out these criminals and terrorists from their hideouts. And that's why we are calling to the good people of Imo State to play their part in giving us credible information as to where we can get these people. They are hiding amongst them, most of them, and they know.
Christmas and New Year season is celebrated in peace and harmony.
Before leaving the camp, the Army commander delivers a message from the General Commanding Officer, 82 Division, who is the overall commander of Operation Udoka.
The terrain is a challenge. The camp of B44 is neighboring Rivanjaba. The camp is also heavily mined. But by the grace of God, we're moving.
With the unwavering commitment by troops of Operation Udoka to restore normalcy and peace, this operation will serve as a beacon of hope for indigenes of Imo State, especially during the Yuletide. Ejitope Kutei, Channels Television News.
The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has discovered a residential premises used in storing illegally refined petroleum products in Rivers State. The storage facility, located in Obiakpo local government area, contains large tanks and cans filled with illegally refined products. The State Commandant, Joachim Okafor, who led the team to the site, explains that the discovery by the command's anti-vandal unit was through the deployment of the Corps' latest illegal crude oil theft technology tracker.
We got an information about illegal activities happening on this area, Elenero, by Chikwe Street. We sent our men of anti-vandal unit for them to move into action. Although they find it very hard to locate the area, but with the use of our modern system now, we call crude oil navigator system, we could be able to locate the place. You can see behind me what they are doing here. These are products which we assume that they are crude. See them over there, they are crude, fill up. But unfortunately, when they saw our men, they took to their heels. But as God may have it, we have gotten the S-bits. We are going to move the S-bit to our S-bit house. From there, we will establish the case from where they got it and the people behind the action. For the fact I'm here as the State Commandant of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Rivers State Command, we must always arrest them. So it's better for them to desist from the business and look for legitimate business to do. Because if we get you, there's nothing like I beg. We are taking you straight to the court, and 21 years imprisonment is attached.
The need to prioritize dock workers' safety has once again come to the fore on the celebration of Dock Workers' Day, meant to recognize their contribution to the society. At the event, various speakers expressed concern for these maritime professionals, some of whom have not been accorded the desired attention by other operators in the industry. The 2024 theme, Safety First, Efficiency Always, featured a number of activities like a march past by the Workers' Union.
As we celebrate this year's edition, which is consolidated on the previous edition, our commitment to ensure a well-energized and motivated dock worker is at its highest recorded level. This is because we recognize the power of collaboration as the pathway for meaningful achievement in the maritime industry. Very instructively, we have concluded As part of the activities of this great day, we would launch a document which encapsulates our commitment as an agency to ensure that Nigerian dock workers are treated fairly by the terminal operators and stevedoring companies.
The labor industry is growing, especially the maritime. Don't forget, most of our economy is driven by the activities at the port. And it's important that this very critical part of labor is taken care of. But over the years, we have grown and we continue to grow. We are employers of labor, and we know what we were 10, 15 years back and what we are now. But we continue to crave for the emergency of more laws, legislation to be able to revolutionize and become more international competitive as compared to other nations of the world who are doing well.
Still ahead on the news at 10, economic think tank Financial Derivatives Company forecasts Nigeria's headline inflation to rise by 0.76% to 34.64% in November. That's on Business News. Join us again. Welcome back. The maiden edition of the Megastar Awards provided a platform for stakeholders to emphasize the need for investment in social enterprise as a catalyst for national development. The chairman of Ovation Media Group, Mr. Adele Momodu, challenged government at all levels to invest in programs and policies that will directly impact the lives of Nigerians, especially the downtrodden. Our correspondent, Benny Ark, has this report.
It was a night of glitz and glamour in Abuja, the nation's capital, as Megastar magazine, one of Nigeria's celebrity lifestyle publications, organized the Megastar Man of the Decade Awards with a theme, "The Nigeria of My Dream is Possible." The event aims to reward achievers for excellence and consistency over the last 10 years, while also recognizing individuals making impacts in their communities. The event brought together iconic personalities and leaders who have demonstrated outstanding contributions to national development and community transformation. The founder of the Megastar Man of the Decade Award, Mr. Adeniyi Fetayo, in his welcome address, said the event is his own modest contribution to celebrating those who have added value to the nation.
My first approach has always been, how can I be of service? Of course, I'm talking about adding value to their media need for a positive brand perception and a targeted brand visibility that drive positive engagement and outcomes. We are here today to celebrate and reward those individuals, corporate organizations, and government agencies who have used their hard-earned resources and reputation to better the lot of our people at home and abroad in the last decade.
Guests were serenaded with musical performance. Then came the presentation for awards, and some personalities who carted away awards include Nigeria's richest man, Aliko Dangote, telecom owner Mike Adenuga, Senator Nen Woko, among others.
Engineer Abdullahi A. Sule has not...
Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State received the Megastar Man of the Decade Special Recognition Award for governance achievement in industrialization. He was represented by the Director General, Strategic Communication and Event Management in the Government House, Mr. Yakubu Lamai, while renowned media icon Mr. Adele Momodu was in attendance to receive his own award as the media luminary of the decade.
His Excellency Engineer Abdullahi Sule has moved Nasarawa State from an agrarian civil service state to what it has now become, one amongst the three topmost, most competitive states in Nigeria. It's Nigeria's new investment haven.
This is a very big award. A lot of people will come here if they know that the president will be here or a governor will be here. But for me, he is my own president and he's my own governor. My biggest joy tonight is that I'm physically present. And I will encourage people in the future, when you are honored, in a country of over 200 million people, there are millions of people that can be honored. It is special when they call you, and please answer them.
Excellence. Channels Television, the media brand.
Channels Television was also awarded the Media Brand of the Decade.
Can we give them a round of applause?
The Megastar Award celebrated and rewarded individuals, corporate organizations, and government agencies who made significant impacts on the lives of Nigerians over the last decade.
The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pate, says the transformation of the healthcare delivery system will be impossible if not for the active and coordinated participation of the subnational government. The Coordinating Minister was speaking at an event in the State House Conference Center, Abuja, acknowledged the enhanced cooperation from the Nigerian Governors Forum in advancing the federal government's initiative to double primary healthcare facilities in the next 4 years.
Amazing demonstration of leadership, and I really want to acknowledge the steadfast support of all the state governors and the FCT in advancing primary healthcare agenda. You've been relentless, not only in the last year, but I believe for the last so many years, without which I don't think we'll have the health outcomes even that we have at the moment. So it is all of us, the federal government, states, local governments, partners, private sector, working together to achieve those results. And the BHCPF 2.0 reform now uses equity considerations to distribute financial and human resources to over 8,000 health facilities, and more than 46 billion naira have been disbursed through direct financing facilities already this year, working with your state officials at various levels and your commissioners, your state primary healthcare agencies. We mobilized last year, our partners announced 3 billion of additional funding over the 3-year period of the swap, including $2.1 billion that we have confirmed in terms of external financing. And you discussed today the Project Hope as part of that concessional financing. And in the last 1 year, 238 facilities have been upgraded to functional level 2. An additional 320 facilities all over Nigeria are in the process of being upgraded.
Meanwhile, the Executive Director of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Mui Aino, believes the Primary Healthcare Leadership Challenge, an initiative of the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, is helping to motivate states to do more.
It is expected to foster a healthy competition among the states and the FCT, and to encourage you all, your excellencies and your teams, to continuously improve the capacity of your states for the delivery of high-quality PHC services to Nigerians. The Leadership Challenge, even in its short 2 years, has ignited positive and commendable action from across the states to improve your primary healthcare systems, whether it is the increasing the number of health workers in the front lines, investing in infrastructure and resources, even deploying innovations in some states to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of basic services. Almost all states, in fact, all states I can say, are now very engaged in really trying to monitor the performance of their PHC teams. In all, we ask the states to please continue this healthy drive to outdo yourselves in serving your citizens. Ultimately, it is our children, our mothers, our sisters, our brothers and fathers, and us that benefit when we do have better access to basic services.
Chief Technology Officers, Chief Information Officers, and other drivers of digital information technology of various organizations across Africa gathered in Lagos for the 5th edition of the CIO and C-Suite Awards. The annual awards honors those who have significantly contributed to digital innovations and forged partnerships that catalyze transformation in a rapidly changing global landscape.
The story of of the CIO and the C-Suite Awards is all about us, right? It's a story of the recognition of excellence within the IT ecosystem. It started as a small dream. I like to refer to it as a baby that was conceived in the womb, and then it took a whole village to nurture that baby into what it is today. It started as a first of its kind in Nigeria in 2020 during the thick of the pandemic, when I had a compelling vision to work with other critical stakeholders to bring our technology leaders into the spotlight. We realized that we're navigating those disruptive times seamlessly, and there were people behind it that we did not just remember.
With real estate, education, fintech, financial institutions, telecommunications, technological services, and media, won by Olalekan Adeyemi of Channels Television. Published in the year 2020, the CIO and C-Suite Award Africa has become a pivotal platform that connects thought leaders, technology innovators, and digital transformation experts. Company news now. Golden Penny, a subsidiary of Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC, a household name in Nigeria, has once again raised the bar with the relaunch of its repackaged vegetable and soya oil. At the launch event attended by key distributors and partners, the brand unveiled its new look, cementing its place in the hearts of Nigerian households.
It's the relaunch of the upgraded and repackaged Golden Penny vegetable oil and Golden Penny soya oil. Key distributors and partners have been invited to this exclusive event to experience the exciting new products firsthand.
The purpose of today's event is not just to unveil the new packaging for our vegetable oils and for our soya oil, but also to introduce some new innovations.
The sales director, in a heartfelt message, expresses gratitude to key partners, emphasizing the brand's vision of extending its footprint across Africa.
We just don't want to be a food company. And we just don't want to be the #1 food company in Nigeria. Our dreams and aspiration goes beyond the shores of Nigeria, beyond the shores of West Africa, and our projected target is to be the #1 food company in Africa. And for every category we have, bear me witness as far as the B2C is concerned, we are yet to fail and we will not fail. And the only reason why we haven't failed thus far is because of you seated here.
And then the moment everyone has been waiting for, the top 11 distributors are invited on stage for the big reveal. The newly designed packaging for Golden Penny soya oil and Golden Penny vegetable oil is unveiled. These rebranded oils are being proudly reintroduced into the Golden Penny family with a fresh, attractive look designed to stand out on shelves. With the growing demand for healthier cooking options, the new look and feel of these oils send a clear message that the brand remains committed to the health and well-being of its consumers.
So if you look at the soya oil, for example, it's 100% soya. Basically, it means that it has 0 trans fats, it has low cholesterol, it's a perfect source of omega-3, 6, and 9. These are very good for the brain development, for children, for ourselves. It contains vitamins A and E that's very good for all of our nutritional needs.
We know our oil is of good quality, it's expertly purified in the most hygienic way, and we know that the oil that you eat represents how good your health is sometimes. It tells how good probably your heart and the way you feel. So the fact that we have a good oil, we are trying to communicate to our consumers to eat well and live well with our Golden Penny veggie oil and soya oil.
With this fresh look, Golden Penny is not just strengthening its presence on shelves, but also in the lives and kitchens of millions of Nigerians.
And in the fashion world, one of Nigeria's leading designers, Olakunbi Uzochukwu, founder of the bespoke and ready-to-wear brand April by Kumbi, has launched a new outlet in Lagos. The event attracted diverse guests, including prominent personalities, and showcased a range of collection across children and adult outfits.
Elegance takes center stage as violinists serenade guests with symphonic melodies at the grand unveiling of the April by Kumbi Fashion Complex. The atmosphere radiates sophistication as fellow designers, fashion enthusiasts, high-profile personalities, and friends arrive in style to offer their support and get a first-hand view of Kumbi's latest collection. The woman of the hour, Kumbi takes a moment to recount her journey from her first sewing machine at the age of 5 to this milestone moment of unveiling her very own store.
Interestingly, my 5th birthday gift was a sewing machine. It was a miniature sewing machine. It's sad my mom is not here today, but she was a true fashionista.
Distinguished guests in attendance include former Governor of Cross River State, Donald Duke, founder of Silverbird Group, Ben Murray Bruce, and others who commend Kumbi's resourcefulness and contributions to employment generation in the nation.
You have made in Nigeria products. As long as you sell made in Nigeria products, made in Nigeria bags, you have my total support, and all of Nigeria will support you unconditionally. Congratulations and good luck.
Everybody has been talking about production adding value. As a former minister of industry, I believe that industrialization is the key to economic development, employment generation, and poverty alleviation. Kumbi, well done.
The anticipation reaches its peak and all eyes are on the red ribbon as it is ceremoniously cut, marking the official unveiling.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Coming into the store, they'll get the experience like they've, shopping anywhere else in the world if they have traveled. They will get quality clothing, beautiful, fashionable clothing, and most of my pieces, for as long as what I do is usually very classic, so it's timeless. They can buy a piece today and they will wear it in like another 10, 15 years and it will still look fresh.
I feel so happy being a Nigerian and seeing this happen, because this is what we've been preaching. Nigerians should start loving their own. We cannot develop this country doing importation all over the place, importing toothpick, importing our fabrics, importing our fashion and other. Nigerian tailors are one of the best. I mean, they are the best in the world.
Nigerians are encouraged to support local brands as a means to strengthen the currency and boost the economy. The event wraps up with a call to action for greater appreciation of homegrown talent and craftsmanship.
Ladi Williams has more from the world of business.
Thanks, Melinda. Well, in business, satisfying people's food cravings with quality products are part of the motivation for the relaunch of Honeywell brand by Flour Mills Nigeria PLC. That's according to the Managing Director, Food Commercial, Flour Mills Nigeria PLC, Devlin Hainsworth, at the Honeywell New Look unveiling in Lagos. The company gives assurances of not just better quality, but at affordable prices.
The arrival of the guests for the Honeywell relaunch in expectation of the main event as they settle in for what looks to be a promising evening. That promise was first kept by senior officials of the company, Flour Mills Nigeria PLC, when they spoke to the press.
One of our core values is quality. We stand for quality, and we're a company that also champions innovation.
So right now, we're taking it back to 1 kg, so we're giving the consumer more. So if you look behind you, we're saying new look, bigger size, same great quality.
Honeywell gives them that opportunity of a good quality brand, which is also affordable and accessible.
Here
tonight, and I know you were here.
Next, the Managing Director, Food Commercial Flour Mills Nigeria PLC, Devlin Hainsworth, explains why the relaunch is so significant.
The vision for the overall food business is to be the leading B2C and B2B food company in Africa, #1 in Nigeria, and over the next 5 years, we're going to have 10x growth. 10x growth.
A pantomime follows. According to the company, the product portfolio includes Honeywell Macaroni Cavato, Spaghetti Slim and Spaghetti for the pasta section, Honeywell Instant Noodles, great taste, non-sticky, Honeywell Whole Wheat Meal, and Semolina, new and improved, great taste, non-sticky, quality guaranteed.
Honeywell has always been a loved brand, but what we've done over the last couple of years is to really love it. So we've done a few things. First of all, we've invested in the quality, particularly on the pasta and the noodles, and we've brought it up a little bit. The Honeywell Semma's always been at a level. It's a fine product, and we've maintained that. But we've also ensured through our own network of distribution centers and manufacturing that we've made it more available.
Today, we are coming back to let Nigerians know that we've done what we need to do. We are now coming with a new and improved product for the pasta and the noodles line, and also coming with, increased bag sizes for the semolina bag as well.
Gifts are presented for dealers and distributors, many of whom came from the far north. As the officials strike a pose with the new packaging, coming to a shelf near you. If food packs could talk, these have a message. Honeywell is back.
And the Central Bank of Nigeria has taken a firm stance against legal activities of currency hawkers, imposing a hefty 150 million naira fine on banks found to be aiding these illicit operations. In a circular issued, the CBN expressed strong disapproval of a continued commodification of Nigerian banknotes, emphasizing that this practice undermines the efficient distribution of cash and jeopardizes the integrity of the nation's currency management system. And the National Bureau of Statistics is set to release its November inflation figures on Monday, and experts are predicting a continued upward trend. According to economic think tank Financial Derivatives Company, headline inflation is projected to rise to 34.64% in November, driven by factors like seasonal pressures and rising costs. Food inflation is expected to be particularly hard hit, with prices of key staples like eggs, rice, and vegetable oil likely to increase significantly. The Central Bank of Nigeria, in an effort to curb inflation, recently raised its interest rates by 25 basis points. However, experts warn that while these rate hikes are necessary, they may not be sufficient to address the underlying causes of inflation, such as supply chain disruptions and currency volatility. FDC predicts that inflation will peak in December before gradually moderating in the coming months. However, they emphasize the need for a comprehensive approach, including measures to improve food security and stabilize the exchange rates to effectively combat inflation. And that's it for me on business. Back to Mel with sports.
And thanks, Adi. In the world of sports, the Cross River State government has announced that it will establish a sporting academy which will serve as a hub for budding talent for national and international competitions. The state government explains that the academy is part of its policy, which is aimed at developing a commercially viable sports ecosystem in the state. The government also rewarded athletes who participated at this year's National Youth Games in Asaba Delta State. Cross River State finished 14th on the overall medals table with 24 medals comprising 4 gold, 10 silver and 10 bronze.
We don't have an indoor sports facility, people will not be able to engage in those sports because most of those sports require a conducive court platform for it to be trained. For you to have players in those sports, you must have those sports activities. So the Excellency have partnered with investors to be able to give us a standard sports facility. Between now and say by next year, we'll be able to have a standard sports facility.
Fiorentina midfielder Eduardo Bove has returned to the club training ground after undergoing surgery to implant a heart starter device following his collapse during a Serie A game. Bove collapsed on the pitch following Fiorentina's home game with Inter Milan on December the 1st, leading to the abandonment of the match. The pacemaker, which can prevent fatal cardiac arrest by delivering a shock to restore a normal rhythm, is not permitted in Serie A. The 22-year-old will be able to decide whether to have the device removed, which would allow him to return to Inter Milan's top flight. Premier League, Arsenal were held to a frustrating goalless draw by Everton at the Emirates Stadium. Diogo Jota scored a late equalizer as league leaders Liverpool fought back twice with 10 men to deny Fulham's following Andy Robertson's red card at Anfield, with the game ending 2-2. Elsewhere, Newcastle halted a run of 4 games without victory. The team inflicted a first defeat on new Leicester City manager Ruud van Nistelrooy after beating the Foxes 4-0. Jack Taylor's last grab header earned Ipswich a priceless 2-1 win at relegation rivals Wolves to leave manager Gary O'Neill fighting for his job. In the last game of the day, Nottingham Forest defeated Aston Villa 2-1. Barcelona coach Hansi Flick says that the centre-back Ronald Adoro will have his first minutes of the season tomorrow after recovering from a hamstring injury he sustained in July. The 25-year-old was named in Barcelona's Champions League squad against Borussia Dortmund on Wednesday but did not make an appearance. Flick is also welcoming back several other players.
But we are really happy to have them back, and how you can say now Anto trained with the team today and also Andrea, so it's really good. The important thing is for every player, also for the injured player, or especially for the injured player, that they reach the highest level they had before, and hopefully we can help them. That they find a little bit more than before. So it's our job to train with them, to support them, that they can reach the highest level. So I said it before. It's not only with him. It's also with Gavi. It's also with the other players who arrive with Ronald. So this is our job.
In Thailand, at least 3 people have been killed and scores more injured after an explosive device was thrown into a crowd at a festival. The explosive landed at the foot of an outdoor stage at the Red Cross Doi Phoya Fair in Umpang district, where attendees were dancing. Police have detained 2 suspects, but no charges have been pressed just yet. While expressing her condolences on X platform, Prime Minister Shinawatra gave assurances that security operatives are investigating the incident. Between 8,000 to 9,000 people attended the week-long festival this year. And the main news again. A coalition of civil society groups today asked political leaders in the West African sub-region to consolidate democracy by enhancing the quality of elections. The chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, Bala Mohammed, has expressed confidence in President Tinubu's leadership, but urged him to remove excess baggage within his administration. We also told you that the coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pate, applauded subnational governments for keying into the transformation of the nation's healthcare system. And at least 3 people have been killed and scores more injured after an explosive device was thrown into a crowd at a festival in Thailand. That's the news at 10 tonight. I'm Melinda Akinlami on behalf of the team. Good night.